Grand Rise. You already know the vibes. NAGA, NAGA, NAGA. I can't front. I've been watching True Water Intuition, even though it's been like a day or two. She keep me on point. I just brush my teeth. Gling. Well, this right here is about present knowledge in the moment. Being mindful of present knowledge in the moment. Like I said, I always build on experiences that I personally go through, so therefore the knowledge is real. And hindsight is 20/20. You know, for a while, I ain't, you know what I'm saying, like, I ain't really had no conversation with, you know what I'm saying, the opposite sex as far as, you know, kicking it with somebody or whatever. So then, you know, here go the universe, bring me a conversation piece. So I'm going back and forth. You know, we just phone talking like nothing serious. But I'm so aggressive in my knowledge and the vibrations, like I'm always picking shit up. So I take the time to share knowledge with the female. And one of the days we was talking about being healed from trauma. Being healed from trauma. Excuse me, look at my eye. I gotta mother myself. I thought I washed my face this month. I brushed my teeth. I didn't wash my face. But I felt the need to share some knowledge with the female. And particularly we was talking about being healed from situations. You know what I'm saying? Like you go through something traumatic and being healed from that. Well, the conversation got deep, you know. And for the most part, her response was she's on a journey. And I was asking her, particularly, I said, do you think there's anything you need to heal from despite that? And she said, I said I'm on a journey. So I was like, all right, but that's not specifics. That's talking overall. And when you talk overall, you don't pinpoint the circumstance you need to deal with, right? And it gets deep just like that. People bypass certain things that they feel inside because they don't know how to separate them as far as saying that they are an issue. It's almost like, for example, if you've always been a quiet person your whole life and then you meet somebody that's always yelling. So eventually you're going to start yelling because you picked up the energy that person was. And then when you go back around your family, they feel like something's different about you. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, why you so different? I'm not different. I'm the same me. You just ain't ready for this part of me. And it's crazy because your body is trying to throw off this extra layer of a character that's on you because it's not yours. So it always comes out first. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it just busts out. And then people who know you are familiar with your energy is wondering, the fuck is wrong with you? If I finish, yo, hit the like button, subscribe, and all that. If you like the knowledge I'm bringing, my information will be down in the description. You know what I'm saying? You can send some love to my Cash App, or you can request for me to break down the mathematics of your name. Hit me in the email, and I'll break down the mathematics of your name and show you what characteristics you're carrying that you might not be aware that you're carrying. So you can strengthen your own self-understanding, self-characteristic, self-awareness. Back to the story. So, you know, I went on to dig in it a little bit more just to say, you know, well, this is why we strengthen ourselves with different layers. There's 3 layers. You got to strengthen yourself just to be light within the aspect of trying to, you know, be better for yourself and then reflect that energy. One level is food. You got to intake the right food, so therefore your body gives off the right energy. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes on the high, I ain't gonna say what I'm good at yet, because everybody can't do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, you got to be mindful. You know what I'm saying? And some foods is so compacted in the individual's body to where it only gives off that resonance of energy that it carries. We got to be mindful of what we eat. Secondly, you got to be physically intact. So like giving your body motion. When you don't move around, the endorphins or the testosterone for a man, or the what is it for the woman? The estrogen that allows a woman to, be a woman, her curvy, you know what I'm saying? When you don't move around a lot, these things don't stand out, you know what I'm saying? So they don't give you the motivation or the energy to feel strong in certain aspects. That's 2. 3, you got to focus on your spirituality. You got to meditate. You got to sit by yourself. You got to give your body self-care. You got to hug yourself. You got to go on long walks. You got to go on long walks, and you got to cry. You got to get that shit out you. You know what I'm saying? Almost like popping a pimple. You got to squeeze those thoughts into one place in yourself and get rid of it. And you have to be able to look at all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why you spend time for yourself, so you can go back through your mind and look at the things that you are doing. Like, this is what Michael Jackson was like. Look at the man in the mirror. Back in the day, like years ago, 20 years ago maybe, I used to stare in the mirror and look at my face and look at my facial expressions and think about people I ran across in a day and things I might have said and body motions and how I felt towards certain things hitting me. I would analyze all that shit just so I can get an understanding of what I truly like about things I'm doing and what I don't like about things I'm doing. So therefore, I can start managing my life correctly. Those 3 points is something that everybody has to do. Whether they know it, you eventually get to doing that anyway, or you start missing shit. So here I am trying to explain in some form to the young lady that healing may take a while. You know what I'm saying? Healing may take, for some people, over a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, healing may take a lifetime depending on the trauma that you went through, right? Yeah, that might take a lifetime depending on the trauma that you go through. Yeah, I got my advanced nutrients today. I really like it because it be saying advanced, so I know my mentality is advanced. You know what I'm saying? You already know the vibes, but this come from my growing skills. You know what I mean? Been growing, you know what I'm saying, medicinals for a long time. And an individual that I was dealing with, he gave me that hat because my mentality, he was like, yo, take this. I like how you rocking your crown. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, I like how I think. So it was a salute. You know what I'm saying? I always rock it. So you got to be mindful of what your actions take place. And you could tell when an individual is being absorbed by another person, because the other person's, you ain't even got to know the other person. The character is the first reaction that comes off. And it's crazy because Shorty was saying something like, yeah, because when you meet people, you don't know if they are fronting with the energy, or, you know what I'm saying, if they fronting with the energy, or if they really about that energy. And you give it some time, their true color's going to come out. Well, this speaks volumes to the situation that was building up, right, that I was oblivious to. So then, after she made that statement, I was like, very true, very true. And even if you know some shit, that doesn't mean it's not privy to happening to you. You see what I'm saying? So this is 2 days prior to yesterday. So then, you know, yesterday we going back and forth on the phone for a little bit, and it's Friday. So I was like, yo, we've been talking or whatever, so we might as well meet each other for the first time. In my mind, I'm thinking we should meet each other for the first time. In my mind. Don't let me word this wrong. In my mind, I'm thinking we should meet each other for the first time. But when a person got different priorities and shit like that, you don't want to be extra. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to force something into reality. You want it to be a natural, you know what I'm saying? You want it to be a natural connection, like something that comes from within. So you don't, me personally, I kind of stay away from planning shit. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of throw little jewels out there so we can lean towards certain circumstances like that. Oblivious to me, she ain't catch none of that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it's cool. I wasn't even stressing it. But then, you know, I reached out or whatever. And when I reached out, I didn't get a response at all. Like, hours or so went by. And I pick up the intuitive value. So automatically, I picked up this energy and it was like, nah, her energy going through shit right now. And I'm like, going through stuff. What could it be going through? You know what I'm saying? Like, sitting in front of a fire and I'm just thinking, like, I wonder. And the energy was like, this is probably particularly not going to be something that you're going to be into. Like, some people read tarot and they read cards. Some people read energies and shit like that. My whole life, I've been able to read life. Like, I can look in the sky and see tarot numbers. You know what I'm saying? I can see faces and numbers in the trees. You know what I mean? I can see images on the ground that that the wind might have blew into a certain direction, or the water might have, when it rained, it might have pushed things into a certain image. And my attention span will focus directly on these signs and symbols in life. And unbeknownst to me, when I first started doing it, it was showing me the comparison. Just like if somebody reading a tarot card or whatever, and the numbers and the circumstances, I can look in life and see that shit. Like, I can look how a certain amount of birds are flying in a certain direction and it'll speak. I can look how water's moving in different waves and I'll see certain things that are resonant to life. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been like that. So I'm looking at a fire and the fire telling me, like, yo, in so many words, it's telling me to get prepared for an energy that's not resonant. It's not a familiar energy within that individual. And it was crazy. And it was like, this is not what you're looking for. You don't want to deal with that. So she called me, and when she called my phone, her energy was like this. Bang. I wasn't expecting none of that shit. She called and was like, look, just if I da and I'm leaving. I'm like, oh, where are you leaving? All right, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And then I made the comment about the vibe I was getting. Like, you know, that's crazy. You feeling all this right now because the universe was just telling me that this wasn't going to be something I was going to be into because of the properties behind it, the situation that she's dealing with. Now, because she's in that negative energy or whatever she had to deal with, she was looking at it like I couldn't listen to her, when in fact she wasn't listening to herself. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't tell that her dial changed. Her complete energy changed from one point to another. So the stove on high now with her. And it's coming off of her like bang, bang, bang. She's not seeing that she's not the individual that was versing with me before at that point. She is now the individual that was versing with the other person that she has had problems with. Her fear was activated. Her anger was activated. You know what I'm saying? Other emotions inside of her was activated, which caused her to treat other things in her surroundings as if it was a part of her circumstance. And that just went full circle back to me saying to her 3-4 days earlier that healing is important, and knowing what you gotta heal is important. So it was a prime example, because the day before she was saying about true colors, and I'm like, you know, you're right. And see, I meditate. I take my time with myself, you know what I'm saying? If I say something, I'm going to do it. Like, I try to be compassionate with myself and my actions that I make. If I say I'm going to do something, that's compassion. When if whatever you say you're going to do in your heart, you follow through it in a timely fashion. That's showing compassion. You know what I'm saying? Being there for certain circumstances to help people grow, that's compassion. Listening is compassion. Sharing is compassion. Like, these things are levels of compassion. So I pride myself on being compassionate. It's like she threw everything out because she wasn't healed. Now, more important than that, some of the people I was dealing with before I met this individual was speaking that these things were coming into fruition. You know me, I'm sitting there like, how? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the mountains. You know what I mean? So it's just different. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, all right. Yeah, do you then. I'm cool. Like, you know what I mean? And because she had so much emotion and was aggressed in her circumstance, I guess she chose to treat me as if the importance wasn't validated. Like, the importance of me as an individual wasn't validated. I'm not mad at that. You can treat somebody however you want, but just mind yourself, when you do these actions, there are a response to them. So she kind of just like blew me off and hung the phone up in my face in the middle of conversation, which was very rude. I thought it was funny though, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, yeah, it ain't like I ain't telling motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what you're gonna have to deal with. Especially after me doing my own healing and shit, you know what I'm saying? And sitting down, questioning myself on why I made certain decisions and why I allow myself to, you know what I'm saying, put certain extra energy on the topic of love, compassion, and you know what I'm saying, all that shit. I just, I always go through the whole dynamics just so I get the clear understanding. So it really didn't bother me. It was more or less like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It didn't bother me in a way the way I would think about it and be like, yo, this is traumatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, I knew this shit was gonna happen because most people don't really put themselves through the whole regiment of healing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really face yourself. You just don't do something that you did and then say you heal it. You know what I'm saying? It don't work that way. You got to put the work in. So I went to bed. I think I went to bed like 10 something last night or whatever. Smoked, ate good, laid down, fall asleep watching something. I woke up to text message and shit, you know what I mean? And I guess she said it was her attempt to apologize for hanging up or being rude or whatever. But the first thing she said was, I hope you don't stop what you're doing because you're really good at that. Something of that nature. In my head, I'm like, that shit sound like fishing hooks. Why would I change the quality of me because you acting a donkey out here? Like, in my head, I'm like, why? Like, how do I respond to this? Because it's not that important. Like, you don't get the option to say that you did anything. Like, especially not with me. Like, I don't know about other cancers and, people who deal with energies, but I'm so nonchalant about a lot of shit. Depending on how a person is, they gonna be more exerted and think that I'm in a mindset because of how their energy is trying to reflect off them. When in fact, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only care about something that's gonna give me the level of care, of equality. Yeah, we can have a conversation, we can build. I even talk to you, you know what I'm saying? I even talk to you in a manner that makes everything feel like it's okay. There is no questions or commitment put out at that point. Like, so I can be as open as possible. Like, it really don't matter. But being open is how you show intimacy. Being open, being real with somebody, that's the first levels of intimacy. It allows a person to gain a form of trust for you because you're giving them personals. So if I can't be a certain level of intimate with the whole world on my truth, you can't be intimate with nobody. You see what I'm saying? This how you know. This how you know what people expect. This how you see what people think is going to take place. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people mind just be on a one-track mind. What they want to do is fuck. You know what I'm saying? Get money, whatever. Like, it could be a whole bunch of things. But in the same breath, my dog's going off right now. In the same breath, you can't use that as a slate of judgment for your particular energy, because you don't know where the person's at that you think that your energy is relevant on that type of scale. And see, the words can start sounding off in a sense. They can sound like real cold, you know what I mean? Because a person has to protect their value, you know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost. So if I'm giving knowledge, that's something I'm naturally good at. If I'm building with you, I'm talking to you, like, that's just something I'm good at. So I'm going to do that with anybody on the planet. So this is where the narcissist energy coming at. See, a narcissist only think about themselves. They only think about, and some people have narcissist traits. Like, they only think about themselves. Everybody can fall into that narcissist energy. It's not like anybody can't be available for that. It just depends on where you at as far as how you looking at circumstances. And one narcissist trait is believing that because your energy did what it did, it left that much damage. You know what I'm saying? Because your energy did what it did, it held so much damage. That's a narcissist trait. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not true. That's no real. So, when in fact, you know, you shouldn't have to try to hint around to try to apologize. You shouldn't try to, you know what I'm saying, do little things to bring the energy right. You should just be straight up. You know what I mean? And that's how you know. Can't be straight up. It's almost like if you look at a dog and the dog did something wrong, they trying to tuck their tail and put their head down. Nah, stand up. You know what you did? Stand up. You're not a dog anyway, so stand up. Speak your truth. Other narcissist traits is like, you feel because the action you did, you can fix it. Like, that is a narcissist trait. Sometimes fixing things is only fixing you. Sometimes fixing things or making shit better is only because you realize your role in a circumstance. Not the whole story, just your particular role in the circumstance. So it was a lesson to me, because it was almost like I got a chance to visualize this happening from another place without being directly a part of it, but being a part of it. So me being mindful to the circumstance, it gave me insight. And it showed me the level of content towards what it means to heal. Even though I knew, and I kind of felt it because I've been through certain circumstances where I didn't heal completely, and I still would, you know what I mean, be a part of certain things. I was able to see for the first time, you know what I'm saying, like, from the third viewer point of view, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to, like, I could have been a second viewer. I could have let that energy affect me. But in the same right, I was able to step out of the second viewer and watch the intention of what the energy would have did to a second viewer, and then fall even farther back. That's the whole point about being spiritual and being comfortable within yourself. So, yeah, that's the vibes. You know what I mean? It was a good learning experience for me, but I understand and clear by watching it taking place that you won't heal until you can shed all that extra shit you picked up by going through things in life. Whether it's verbal, whether it's physical, whether it's mental things, you got to shed these effects that hit you and made you feel a certain type of way. Otherwise, you ain't going to never be yourself for nobody. That's going to be something that just won't happen. How you going to be yourself for somebody? You know what I mean? But that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. And I was like, yo, that's dope. Like, I actually was like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Like, I get more happy about most failures because I learn from them. Like, especially when you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, me, I had medical issues, you know what I'm saying, with my hearing and my balance growing up. So I didn't get a chance to hear a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to pick up on all the words that's being said. So now it's like shit like a X-Men power or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know more about the process of what you're dealing with than you even say, just by the breath and the way you carry yourself. This called vibrations. NAGA. It's nothing to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing to me. Like, and it's actually dope. I feel like it's a superpower, you know what I mean? Like, the way I can see things or see into the mathematics is almost like Neo in the Matrix. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but, you know, try to put something in your body that's gonna make your body happy. Put that energy and that workout in so you can get them that testosterone pumping and that estrogen pumping within the men and the women. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself, hug yourself, take care of your feet, wash your hands, you know what I'm saying? Brush your teeth, comb your hair, look at yourself in the mirror, like, take time for yourself. You know what I mean? Go on walks, you know what I'm saying? Show love to things that are less significant than yourself. You know what I'm saying? Try not to kill a bug, try to step over it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, you already know the vibes. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. This shit just got me buzzing right now because there's more knowledge coming out of it. You know what I mean? But it was basically symbolic for me to have clarity on what healing really means. Now I know what to look for. On a higher scale, it's like the lights is turned on. You know what I'm saying? So everybody who be watching me and they be building with your boy, man, you already know. Comment, like, subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Information will be down at the bottom. Cash App. If you want me to break down your name and the mathematical understanding and show you what the characters you got going on, hit me in the email. You already know the vibes. NAGA!